Are you ready, big dog?
I'm ready.
Did I even tell you what we're doing?
No.
Welcome to Kansas QB, a show hosted by two former high school quarterbacks from the great state of Kansas. And now, here are your manly hosts, Steve Jewell and Tyler Martin.
I did it. I did it again. I swore I'd never do it. Yeehaw!
Ride 'em, cowboy.
Growing up in the cornfields of the Sunflower State, we were inseparable. Brothers from different mothers who also happened to be sisters. Our moms, not us. Decades later, he's in Iowa, I'm in Missouri, but we'll always have Kansas, and we'll always be the QB. Howdy, folks, and welcome to the show. I'm Steve. He's Tyler, and today's episode is entitled The Voice. Ooh, boy, Tyler, my man, do we have a treat for our audience today?
Not just one treat, Steve. Not just one treat.
Many treats, Tyler. You're correct. Many treats. But before we get into all that, how have you been? It's been a week since we chatted.
Yeah, ish. We had our family-wise, we had a great week. Steph's little brother, TJ, I call him little brother. He's a grown man.
He's humongous.
Obviously. He just got married.
Yeah, he's very large.
Yeah. TJ just got married, so we added another side to the family with the Cates, another solid Iowa family. Mallory's been around a lot the last few years. We've gotten to know her. The kids absolutely love her. She loves kids. It was fun. So we got to hang out with Steph's sister, who was up from Kansas City for the wedding, and Steph's mom. Was good. We had a good family time. Mom and dad, during the wedding dance of the who's been married the longest, you'll be happy to know that Mom and Nancy and Mark,
they won.
They were the gold medals, and I got to throw it out there. Steph and I were finalists. We made the podium, third place.
Man, you're old, so there's that. But I have done a lot of weddings, Tyler. I've been at a lot of weddings. I've filmed a lot of weddings. The couple that stays in the longest are usually not young, spring chicken types. So I'm surprised, just shocked that your parents made that list.
Well, they've been married for 47 years, 46.
Shocking.
I mean, they've been married a while.
Shocking.
Yeah.
That's a long time. So.
What about you? How was the week?
It's basketball season. It actually started this week for us. And so here in St. Joe, you know what that means? It's basketball practice. And that's what I'm doing. I'm blowing whistles and losing my voice. Well, that's not the voice that's referred to in today's episode title. No, that voice is the voice of Kansas QB, the incomparably dulcet tones of equally incomparable Tracy Lindley. She's in studio, and we will bring her on in a bit. But that's not all we have for our audience today, Tyler.
Nope. We got some classic segments. We've got broken news. We will see JayTalkers, our Kansas catch-up with what's been going on with us. So we got a lot to get to, Steve.
Yeah, it's fun to bring back broken news. It's fun to bring back broken news because that was kind of our jam for so long. So,
Yeah.
Broken news.
Well, as we like to say, if it ain't broken, it ain't news. Breaking news is for tryhards, and we no longer have the stamina for that kind of effort. So we take stories that have already been broken and share them with the folks at home. Have you heard about this, Tyler? According to KUathletics.com, the Gateway District surrounding David Booth Memorial Stadium, even the stadium itself, will be getting an overhaul.
Yes, I do recall us talking about that a smidge last week. But I also found out about this as it was happening, if not slightly before it was happening. I was tipped off by somebody that we both know.
Somebody we both know. Martin. No, Matthias?
Nope. Matt.
Matt.
Our friend Matt.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be happy to bring back onto this show our friend Matt right now to talk about, right now. Yeah, he's right there.
There he is. So I didn't have time to get your intro, Matt, ready. So
I have an intro?
Well, you're supposed to. I was working on one, but that's always the last thing I get to, and then we're ready to start, and I never get it done. But yeah, welcome, Matt. I just want, first of all, to hear how you've been over the last week. How has your life changed in the last week since Kansas QB kind of came more of a TV show? Are you dealing with a lot of paparazzi? Are there people, fanboying you all over the place? What's new in San Francisco?
He is a Cali boy now.
He is a Cali boy.
It's laid back here. A lot has changed in the last 1 week. My daughter didn't care that much that I was on the podcast.
What?
I was really upset about that.
Shocking, sad. But Matt, let's get right down to what we're doing here today. Matt,
Okay.
Basically last week we started talking about what you'd been up to since the last time we were on the podcast together, and you kind of dropped an A-bomb on us. You're like, hey, not a real one, obviously, but a news bomb on us. You're like, I was a part of this humongous project, and it's really affecting those of us in Kansas, and then we didn't have time to talk about it. You kept getting interrupted by the timer. Look how much time's on the timer right now, Matt. We got 8 minutes. Here's what the Kansas athletic director had to say about the new construction going on in the Gateway District. The Gateway District, I'll do his voice. The Gateway District is a once-in-a-generation project to transform our campus and drive economic development throughout the region. Specifically, this project will create exciting new amenities for students, employees, and visitors while providing Kansas football the facilities it needs to compete at the highest level. That was actually, I wasn't actually.
It sounds a little bit more like Lou
of him.
Perkins, not Travis Scott.
Okay, well, it was close. I think we'd all agree on that. You know much more about this project than us, so why don't you tell us, Matt, about it, and we'll just bask in your great knowledge.
Okay. So obviously, the University of Kansas, the last 2 years under Coach Lance Leipold, he's done amazing things, turning around the program, and with all of the conference realignment, Kansas and NIL agreements, Kansas has to strike now. Get some things going that matches the momentum of the Kansas football team. So they're doing it. It's very exciting. They brought on our firm, Multi-Studio, who is local, founded in Lawrence, Kansas, and H&TB, who is based out of Kansas City, but is a worldwide leader in sports architecture. They brought us on to do initial studies, and now we're doing the first few phases of the football stadium and master planning the later phases of the football stadium. So there's a lot of exciting things I can get into. I am just one cog in the wheel, but
Tyler,
I have met Travis Scott. So.
Okay, and that's how you knew that I was right on with the accent. Well, Tyler, I know you've got a question for him, but before we do, because I'm going to forget otherwise, Matt, I'm going to put some images up here on the screen, and I want you to kind of take me through, which of these things did you work on? I'm not going to put it on the screen. That's what I've just decided.
Well,
I don't want to put it on the screen, but maybe I will while you talk. So, what did you work on specifically?
So mostly I've been working a lot on the exterior. So it's a large team on a project like this. I mean, this is a huge project in terms of square footage. It's a football stadium. So I've been mostly tasked with working on the exterior with some amazing, talented other architects at H&TB and Multi-Studio. So if you look at that exterior, I'm excited about going to events. So some of these elements that you see here with the stone and the screen, that's kind of the elements I've been working on and helping coordinate. So let's paint a picture if I can. So for those of you who don't know much about Kansas, Kansas is built on Mount Oread. You can see the Campanile Tower there in the middle of Mount Oread, which is on a limestone bluff. That limestone's nickname is Chalk Rock back in the day, but the Geology Club in the late 1800s was also huge football fans. And so the origin of the Rock Chalk Jayhawk chant comes from the very limestone which the university is built on. So the whole concept of the exterior is rooted in the limestone of Mount Oread, rooted in the tradition of the Memorial Stadium, which is a memorial to those who lost their lives in World War I. And then growing out of that is the wheat. Waving the wheat is the tradition in Kansas for getting a touchdown or winning the game in Allen Fieldhouse. And so that reaches to the future, what we can be, We can win national championships. We can win Nobel Peace Prizes as Kansas graduates. So there is a lot of great things that this represents. And it's a new era, and it's in a very incredible place on campus. So it's exciting to work on it. It's exciting to be able to touch my alma mater in this way and leave a lasting legacy.
So what's going to be, as you break it down into phases, like what's the first thing that you're going to be able to notice change-wise to the stadium?
So the first thing has already happened. HNTV was renovated, did a lot of great design work on the new locker room. So if you look up, if you follow KU Athletics, you've seen the new locker rooms, which are starting to compete with the Big 10, Big 12. Incredible. So that was the first phase. The second phase, we're going to add on to the football facilities. Coach gets a new office. It's going to be great. And then you'll see at the west side and the north side of the stadium will get torn down. The east side will remain, and we will build from the ground up brand new west and north sides of the stadium will be phase one. And the east side will come a few years later when the east development with new housing, retail, restaurants, concert venue will come along later. And that RFP is on the street now. So who's going to do the restaurants and housing? Hopefully us. We don't know yet.
Well, if we have a vote, Matt, as Kansas QB, I feel like we should have a vote, because if you look up Kansas QB on Google, which I'm sure people do all the time, the first thing that comes up is like a list of Kansas quarterbacks. So, for KU. So I'm guessing we will have a say. We'll make sure it's your firm, Matt.
Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. But no, it is really just exciting. I mean, I get goosebumps every time I watch a football game and they mention it on ESPN or some render. It's like I don't normally work on projects that are on ESPN. This is a pretty cool experience and a once in a lifetime experience.
Though Tyler,
it was cool when it was announced a few months ago. And they showed the renderings and the drawings, and all of our coaches saw it for the first time. And they're all, for the most part, Iowa State or Iowa fans, or at least grew up that way. Yeah. And they saw it and they're like, have you seen what KU's doing? And I was like, actually, I already have, because my friend Matt sent me some stuff.
So what's really cool about it to me is like, the way football has changed in recent years is just, it's totally different. So when we were younger, you'd go to a Kansas football game, you'd sit on the bench seats, you'd be happy that you could actually fit, and you would get a cold hot dog, right? It was football was different back then. Nowadays with HD television, right, to get people in the stands, it has to be an event, a bigger thing than it used to be. So the seating is just incredible. Like, it's just the amenities, the food. I don't know if any of you have gone to a football game in one of these big, arenas, stadiums lately. They're just, it's a whole nother world.
Does Arrowhead count? I feel like it's kind of a throwback.
Arrowhead counts.
Okay.
Arrowhead counts. They've done renovations lately. So, yes, yeah. Arrowhead counts. It's almost like if you've ever been to a Sporting KC event, like that was the first stadium in the Kansas City area that really ramped up that fan experience, and this is just going to be even better.
I feel like at Schroeder Field, that was a pretty good experience. Those hot dogs are always warm. Tyler, I'll give you the last question.
Well, I guess, is this going to bring you back to Kansas more frequently now, Matt, or can you handle all of your workload remotely? When will we get to see you as part of this project?
The answer is probably not until it's built.
Okay.
But when it's built, I'll be there opening day.
Excellent. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Matt, you made sure nobody buried a MU Tiger in the middle of the field or in the middle of the plans anywhere, or a K-State Wildcat, which we do like K-State Wildcats too here on the show. But nothing like that, right? Nothing weird in the construction phase.
No. We they make sure to staff it with enough Kansas graduates to keep an eye out on those K-State graduates. And Missouri doesn't even have an architecture program, so we're fine.
I don't even know why I even mentioned them. They're not even worth mentioning. That's my personal opinion. But thanks, Matt. That was awesome.
Halftime ad time. For as little as $15 per show, your business could be featured right here. A logo and an ad reads all you need to get started. Want more? Send us your 15-second advertisement, or let's put one together for you. Kansas QB has partnered with Jewel Media LLC to provide options for every business. Interested? Fill out the form in the show notes to customize your Kansas QB ad experience. And now, back to the show.
JayTalkers.
Well, she has over 10,500 followers on LinkedIn. She has been on more podcasts as a guest than our friend Matt, which that's saying something. She is the go-to person when it comes to marketing a small business, especially if that small business is in the voiceover industry. She just did voiceover for a promo on FS1. Yes, that FS1. For a little organization called NASCAR. Yes, that NASCAR. But I think we can all agree that today's guest is best known for her intro voiceover on the Kansas QB podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tracy Lindley.
I think we should talk about it. Diving deep, let it go, see you want it. Talk about it. Gotta know that you want it.
Well, the studio audience is going crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, Tracy Lindley. Our timer starts now. Tracy, welcome. How did we get such a great guest on our show?
You know what? You have amazing connections, Steve. And may I say, the promo video which you just showed, that, folks, was shot by none other than Steve Jewell.
That was me.
You
I actually
did such
that.
a fantastic job.
I did that.
After that went live, all my friends were like, "Oh, I should do a brand video too."
They all said that, Tyler. Every single one of them. Tyler, have you ever thought that?
How many? Yeah. Oh, this is going to be like shooting fish in a barrel. How many phone calls did you get?
Oh, who picks up the phone anymore?
No, yeah.
But I got a lot of messages and somebody posted something, and I actually did not see too many brand videos come out of it because thinking about an idea and putting it into action, that's totally different. And Steve came over and shot some video in my backyard and in my studio, and my clients were super happy. Go Jewel Media.
Go Jewel Media. And how about that cat? You got a great cat.
She's so cute.
She was super
Little
cute.
Berserk.
And she's in the promo. So
I made that happen.
Okay. Speaking though of clients, going back to the intro, you're doing stuff with NASCAR?
Okay, so I just got this LA agent in the spring, and that agent has access to promos. Promos are when you're watching TV and they suggest another thing that you should watch, basically. And one of their clients, I had a shot to work with NASCAR, and I just started learning how to do promos. I went to a workshop last month and worked with the amazing Harry Dunn, and lo and behold, I booked my first promo, basically the only one that I had ever tried to do, and I got it.
it makes sense to start small. Yeah. Start with NASCAR. Don't start with the Beatles right away in their next concert or Taylor Swift. Yeah, the NASCAR. And then kind of work your way up. That makes sense. Okay.
If you have the voice, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
Use it.
The voice. Oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one.
That was cold.
I wanted the badung-ching. Okay, all right. I'm still figuring out my buttons here. According to the internet, Tracy, and this is slightly more serious question, but we never go all the way serious because you can't go back after that. Over the past decade, there have generally been about 6 males for every 10 voiceover artists, and according to the internet, there are also about 6 males for every 10 NASCAR fans. And you, as a woman, doing NASCAR promos, just tell us a little bit more about how this job came about. I mean, you told us about the LA agent, but little girl power in there?
There is some girl power happening. And I'm always here to represent the ladies of the world. Give us some empowerment. Give us some rah-rah.
You got it.
It has been a man's world in voiceover for many years. I don't know. Did you guys listen to any old radio, Jack Benny show, anything like that? I'm an old soul, so I listened to a lot of that growing up, and the Jack Benny show was like, Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. It was a dude voice, and it was always very in your face, telling you what to do. And advertising has changed so much now that, nobody wants to be told what to do. We just want a voice to suggest something, and then if we like it, we'll try it, sort of thing. So super casual, and I've figured out how to do that sound, and I do have a deeper toned voice for a woman, so it fits into a lot of previously male-dominated categories, and I love it. I'm here to represent the ladies, like I said, so... plus, I don't know, I'm very comfortable with both genders. I had a lot of male friends growing up, and I think that adds to it, just like I feel comfortable, and I know how to relate to the male species. Y'all are really complex.
Yeah, we're friends. We're friends. So clearly, I'm not friends with every lady I walk across.
I just think I know how to keep it casual and keep it fun. What are you laughing at, Tyler?
Well, what made you want? Just Steve, not you at all, Tracy, not you. I promise. But what made you want to get into the voice acting side of things? Like, how did that start? How did you find yourself down this path?
Well, it started in college. I was one of those students who knew, I don't know, did you guys know right away what you wanted to do with your lives? No. Okay, did you know what you wanted to even major in right away? Maybe. Well, I just knew that when I took Communication 101, I was like, ooh, this class is cool. So I declared that I wanted to be a comm major, but I had no idea what to do with it. So somewhere around my junior year, I was like, hey, I should really try to get some internships and figure out what I'm going to actually do with this piece of paper once I graduate. So I got an internship at our local cable company, and I was going to try to be an ad exec for a hot second. I quickly realized I do not like sales at all. So didn't end up going down that career path. But while I was there, a producer hands me a piece of paper. He's like, hey, you've got a nice voice. Why don't you try reading this 30-second commercial? And so I popped on. It was basically it was just a closet padded with foam, because honestly, studios don't have to look that prestigious. They just have to sound good. They have to sound good. So I popped into their closet, read the piece of paper, and I gave it 3 takes, and everybody was happy. I didn't stumble over the words a lot because for me, I've been reading out loud to kids since I could read. I tried to read to my little brother, but he's only a year and a half younger. But I would read to kids at the library. Reading out loud does a lot. And so I always teach my kids, literacy is huge. So I took them to the library a lot as they were young, and I have 4 children. They also do voiceover, and they get hired for some pretty decent stuff. My daughter, I just posted a little.
I saw this.
Did you see the video?
I saw this.
She's on a Netflix. It's on Netflix. It's called Crybabies, Magic Tears, and she is in 12 little mini episodes that get condensed into one episode. And she played 2 characters. She worked with the amazing Katie Lee, who. Did anybody listen to Adventures in Odyssey growing up? I did too. Katie Lee plays Connie Kendall, and this show is still going, guys. They still make episodes. These, however many years later, a lot of years later.
That's what people say about this show.
Yes, it will be going for years to come.
Yeah.
So we'll check you in 20 years or so. But
Yeah.
anyway, we worked with Katie Lee. I met her, I don't know, a long time ago. And she and I we keep in touch, and she knows that I have, everybody's like, oh, there's Tracy, the one with all the kids. One of them can probably do the voiceover. So anyway, going back to my story about the producer holding the piece of paper, years go by, I have 3 kids. I'm carrying child number 3 in a baby carrier to go into their studio to record, and I wasn't getting paid very much. I could sell plasma and make just a little bit, about the same amount of money. And I said, I can't do this anymore. And the producer said those magic words that kicked off my career, which are, did you know you can do this from home? And I said, I did not know. And he said, this is called voiceover. Didn't even know what it was called, just knew I was doing it. But I started researching because the internet has all the answers. And I just figured out this and that and the other thing, and made connections and went to conferences and started coaching with people and built a studio. And it was a number of steps. And this was back in 2014. So, here it is nearly a decade later, and my career has gone up. I'm very, very grateful for the opportunities. And I get to work with, I just had a great conversation today with a guy who produces a lot of faith-based podcasts and productions. So the Christians, we find each other. And I love to work with faith-based companies and people that are producing things that are making an impact in the kingdom. So
love it.
That's my story.
Well, and I want to hear more about what you're doing with LinkedIn, because you're kind of the queen of LinkedIn. And if anybody knows anything about Tracy, they know that she can teach you how to grow your small business using LinkedIn. That's kind of one of her jams. But we don't have time, Tracy.
Not a lot
We've
of
got
time.
some important things that we got to get to. And so this next segment is called Fun with Voiceover. So, all right, Tracy, you are the voiceover expert. So now we are going to read a NASCAR promo. Well, not NASCAR, but a similar to your NASCAR promo. Something adjacent to what you did on FS1. And we want you to give us some feedback on our performance. The twist is that we have to do it with an accent. And we have to do different accents. I think it could be kind of fun. Tyler, you're going to go first, and then me. Seems like we might need a third, though. Tyler, what do you think?
We are shorthanded. What about Matt? Is he still around?
Ah, there he is. He's not even eating this time. Fantastic. Matt, you ready to do some voiceover?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, Tyler, I believe you're first.
I believe I'm first. Okay, hang on. I got it.
All right, hang on.
These
The
rules
music
just
will
changed on the
begin.
fly.
Are you ready? Are you ready, Tyler? All right, so Tracy's can critique us here. All right, Tyler, you're going to go first. Music begins in 3, 2. I mean, I thought the
It's
music
time
was
to go.
playing. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, there's no music, but you can still do it. Go.
3, count me in. 3, 2, 1. It's time to go full throttle. You've never seen this kind of power.
Ooh.
Can you handle the pressure? Get ready for the action. This weekend in Las Vegas, Nevada. Gentlemen, start your engines.
Okay, all right. I'm a little bit flummoxed by that.
Hey,
Okay.
Tyler, I gotta say that was pretty good.
All right,
Pretty good
okay,
on a
okay.
cold read.
All right, did you read the whole thing?
That is the whole thing.
Hey, Tyler, you're supposed to read your part. I was too busy trying to find music. All right, I'm in. I'm going to go with the second one here.
That's the same one, right?
Yeah, same one.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
the second section.
round.
Okay, are you ready? Here we go. It's time to put your money where your mouth is. The stakes are always high in this town. Go, Matt. Go, Matt.
But with a ticket to the championship on the line, it's no time to bust.
It's not. Okay, all right, go, Tyler. You read the next one. Again.
Who of the
Different
round of
accent,
8
different
drivers
accent.
will hold them? Oh, different accent.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't prepared for that part of this.
No, another one.
Who of the round of 8 drivers will hold them and who will fold them? Because giggity, what happens in Vegas, may or may not stay in Vegas. It's race day on. I don't know if we can say that.
No, but the point is, I love that Tyler makes sure that whenever he starts reading, he always finishes it. Hey, Jack Frazier's back, everybody! All right, Tracy, we need your opinion here. How do we do?
I'm pretty amazed. I'm not gonna lie. Tyler, you could have a future in voiceover.
I will.
Nice,
They have
manly
always told
reads.
me-
What's that
They've
now?
always told me I do have the face for radio. I've got the face for radio figured out.
I really hate that expression. Whenever I hear it,
Because you're on the radio!
and I've heard it a lot. No, I'm actually not on the radio, but I'm featured on, different radio stations, like iHeart and Spotify, but not like a traditional terrestrial radio station.
No.
Anyway, Tyler, I really liked your manly read. You got down into that deep voice, and that's what we hear when we hear those aimed at men commercials. And that's why, as ladies, we tend to go with the more sort of sultry read, right? Because we can't do the manly read. I mean, I can get aggressive, but it's not going to sound right. So that manly, deep voice sounded fantastic. Your emphasis was good. You got a little too excited when you talked about Las Vegas, like you just wanted to take off right now.
We need to talk to Steph about that.
You got to keep it in the zone. But I heard some good inflection. I liked it. Also with you two, goobers, nice accents. There was definitely some Cockney, is what I heard, is like the Dick Van Dyke, Mary Poppins. So very nice. That was an interesting creative choice.
We are creative.
But overall, yeah, very
We did
impressive,
good.
guys.
All right, Tracy, now it's your turn. I don't know if I warned you about this ahead of time, but if you look at that script there.
I got it.
Okay, you got it. Okay, you got it. Good. It is your turn. We now have, and we're over time. Sorry, everybody, but this is too important. We have a movie promo for Tracy to narrate. It's a very serious read. So we're going to need her most dramatic and serious voice. Tracy, are you ready?
I'm ready. Okay.
And we are doing this live. Hopefully all the buttons work. Are we ready? Go.
In a world where unicorns are hunted for their tender, meaty bits by ruthless, hungry ninjas, one horned horse of magic will finally fight back. Join Cuddles the singing unicorn and his trusty sidekick, Fishface, as they take on the shadowy world of ninjas in Cuddles Unicorn Salvation, available in select theaters this Christmas.
Yes! Man, that was good. Ladies and gentlemen, there's really nothing we can do better than that. So let's move on.
Kansas Ketchup.
You're there, I'm here. So Tyler, let's catch up. Anything happened to the Martins this past week? We already talked some general family things. I'm kind of thinking about something specific I want to hear from you.
Yeah. So, as I told you, some of our players have found out about the podcast, which is good, the show, and they saw a few, may or may not have seen the promo clip and some awkward dance out moves. Yep. And I was promised by one of them that if he scored, he would hit the promo dance. Lo and behold, last weekend at Graceland, the team took care of business. Street took care of his side of the deal. He scored and he hit the promo dance with I couldn't run down and celebrate with him, but he wanted to know where I was at. It was good. It was good. But actually, hopefully we'll find some video of that. Didn't you have an awkward video to shoot of your own?
Yes. I thought maybe I let our segment go long thinking that maybe we'd run out of time, but then I just realized I went ahead and started the timer like an idiot. Okay.
Yeah.
So apparently finding time to accost strangers, on the street is tougher than you might think. Also, you got to be careful to get permission to use their, the picture. It's not like everyone in the world's seeing this, but just in case, somebody's where they're not supposed to be and then they try to sue us. We don't want that, So, it's hard to put all those little pieces together. But of course, Tyler, I did it. Check it out. Down, not again. All right. We'll get that in just a second. But first of all, for those who missed it, we did Pick Your Payback last week. I was tasked with finding 5 human beings who were wearing Chiefs shirts and were willing to get a picture taken with a Broncos fan, thereby making enemies friends. And so, Tyler, this is what I was able to come up with.
Well, I figure I better start with a softball here. Wearing my Broncos shirt today, here in public. Hey, look at this guy. Hey, can I take a selfie with you, stranger? Get in here. That was a good one. Yeah. What?
Well, hey there. We're at a local shopping center here in St. Joe. Looking for Chiefs fans. Like my shirt? The West is on lock. That hasn't been true for a while, but here we go.
How you guys doing? I lost a bet. I was told I had to wear my Broncos and find a Chiefs fan that would take a selfie with me. Would you be willing to take a picture with me, despite my shirt? Oh, how kind.
You see that? You can see Chief fans. Super nice. Well, we went around the whole store. There's exactly one fan today supporting the Chiefs. All right, so we just watched an exciting sectional volleyball game. What's up, Jacob? And we're looking for Chiefs fans. Oh, here's one right here. Hey, how are you doing, Chiefs fan? Could I get a picture with you, a selfie as a Broncos fan? All right, look at this. All right. Well, hey, here we go, right here. Yes, hey, Chiefs fan. Hi, what's your name?
I didn't know this was an interview, but Mike.
Hey, Mike, can I get a picture with you?
Of course.
Hey, what a nice guy.
Of course.
Hey, sir, I was wondering if you'd be willing to take a selfie with a Broncos fan.
Holy smoke, are you kidding?
Not.
You do cheer, don't you? I do. You're Mr. Junior.
Oh, man, he's not a stranger after all. We're going to count it. All right, I think I need one more. Let's see. Hey, ma'am, I know you're wearing Chiefs. I'm wearing Broncos. Would you take a selfie with me? Yeah, all right. I think what we learned is Chiefs fans are nice. They're willing to take pictures with Broncos fans. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, sir.
No, I'm not getting a selfie.
Hey, sir. Hey, just a quick selfie with you would, sir. Sir, come back here. Man, he's faster than the real Travis Kelce. He's hiding from me now. Sir, come back here, please. I guess not every Chiefs fan is willing to get a picture with a Broncos fan. Do I get
Much
a pass?
love for Mr. Maggart.
He's the best.
No. Yeah, much love for Mr. Maggart. It was good production value. I'm not sure. Hopefully I never have to do that. But, I mean, Justin people from your school.
I didn't count him.
You got
I didn't
one.
count him. I did 6. I didn't count Justin.
I will say it was probably enough punishment for you to wear a Broncos jersey and not a 49ers jersey.
He's absolved. Matt, I will give you some input. I don't have to do it again next time, do I? Keep in mind that I'm a very busy man, and I had to do this yesterday, and I did wander around a particular store here in town for a while, and there was one fan. What's that, Matt?
Oh, I was just going to say, it seems like you chose some easy fans. I think you need to go into the middle of Missouri. Let's do it.
Well, okay.
The Ozarks.
No, I don't want to die. This podcast isn't worth that. I just wanted to do what I said I would do. And well, that does it for this episode of Kansas QB. Thank you to our friend Matt, Tracy Lindley, for joining us on the show as well today. Also, thank you to all of our fans who commented, liked, and subscribed to the show last week. We appreciate it. Kansas QB is a production of the Jewel Media Podcasting Network. And before we go, we want to thank Tracy of Tracy Lindley Voiceovers for the way to. We say this all the time, and she's actually here right now. As a matter of fact, she's right there. Hey, thanks, Tracy. We appreciate it. You're the best. Oh, there's Matt. Hey, Matt. Skipping down. And, of course, I would like to thank Tyler for clearing time in his busy schedule to talk about The Voice.
Yeah, that was actually really cool. The first time I've been able to put a face with the name or a face with the voice, and didn't disappoint. She's welcome in studio anytime, Steve. Good job.
Yeah, I only get the best guests. Well, that's enough of that. For Tyler, I'm Steve, wishing you big fun in your small town.